Welcome again to Unofficial Use Only. We're going to start trying to do a video almost every day, whether they're live like this or unedited. But you all know me, Greg Henderson, Unofficial Use Only. This is my son, Greg Henderson, of Unofficial Use Only. He's going to start working in the shop. He just graduated high school, 17 years old, and he's 8 feet behind me because he's too damn tall to fit in the screen. Step up and introduce yourself. Ha! See, too damn tall. Whoop.
Hello.
He's a little shy. He'll get used to this camera thing. But we're going to show you a quick Field of Dreams, show you some of the things we're working on, and some of the things that he drives constantly as a 17-year-old, which is probably exceptionally cool.
Yes, it is.
So behind us, we've got the Mahindra Roxor. It's a 2019 that we built for SEMA. And he's been driving it to basketball practice and to school. And do you like it?
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Next to that, we've got a 1960 Willys fleet van, and that is being turned into a handicap van. We just put it on a brand new chassis. It's got a diesel motor, which is actually out of a Mahindra. So that one will be done hopefully in a few more months. We've got some more interior work, and then off to paint it goes. Next to that, this is one of Phil Toney's YJs. Phil Toney was the founder of the Lunatic Fringe at Jeep, and it's a 4-cylinder. It was in his garage when we lost Phil. I acquired it, and then Greg and I did a full rotisserie on it. Greg put a brand new frame under it and redid everything, repainted it, and that's also one of the things he drives on a daily basis. Do you like that one?
It's pretty slow, but it's fun.
4-cylinder problems. So next to that, and this is probably one of the cleanest YJs you'll ever see. There's not a spot of rust anywhere on the frame or the body. The front bumper that I made is getting a little rusty, so he needs to pop that off, but that's a good project. Maybe we'll do a video on it. Next to that, 1975 Cherokee. So this one's been in the shop for quite some time. It got here right at the start of COVID, and we had a huge problem with getting parts. But it's got Dana 60s front and rear. They're actually Ultimate Dana 60s modified to fit. Fusion 4x4 did that. It's got aux lockers. It's got a 5.7 Hemi under the hood. Basically every nut and bolt front to back was completely redone on this, and it needs to go back to the paint shop, get a couple little touch-ups, and then it is 100% done, and it gets to go to South Africa. Next to that, '68 Hemi Charger RT. There was only 475 Hemi Chargers built. This is one of them. This one is a little extra rare because it is a non-vinyl top car. And there's only 7 '68 Hemi Chargers done with a non-vinyl top. It has 32,000 original miles. It's got essentially a resto mod because it does have aftermarket wheels and tires. It has a Mopar ignition system, which was not an original. It has a Proform carburetor, which is not original. So it's got a couple things that are not original. It also has a 727 torque flight instead of the 4-speed that the car originally came with. But they still have the original 4-speed. It's just not in the car because Frank, who was the original owner, and the father to who currently owns it, changed it to an automatic so he could get a faster ET time when he was later in life. But absolutely exceptional car. Next to that is 1980 Z28 Camaro, which is Greg's mom's. And last year, Greg pulled the motor out, rebuilt the motor, and put it back in. So that one's, it's a driver. It's not it's a toy car. It's a driver for his mom, but it's not a customer car. Next to that, we've got a brand new 2023 392 Rubicon. This is one that we're going to build for SEMA this year. Hopefully next week it's going to go off to Magnuson Superchargers. They're going to do some engine work. Then it's going to go to Arrington Performance. They're going to do some engine work, and then it'll come back for the axles and tires and suspension and other goodies before it goes to SEMA. But this one hopefully is going to end up with above 1,000 horsepower on the factory motor in the next 4.5 months. And he'll get to drive it.
Oh, okay.
Which is cool, to think a 17-year-old who's way too tall gets to work on and play with all of these cars, right? It's kind of unheard of for most 17-year-olds. but he loves it. He's into cars. He loves welding. He's doing some exceptional stuff, so he's definitely part of it. This one, this is a late 90s Rover. It's a Defender, and it's going to get everything. You know, right now it kind of looks like a piece of shit. It's a little smashed up. It's dented. It's dinged, but it runs and drives. Everything's good, but we are going to rip the heartbeat out of this, and we're going to change it to a Mopar. So this one is going to get a brand new Hellcat Red-Eye motor. Probably, we don't know the axles yet, but I'm probably going to go with Curry 9-inch. So we'll change the axles, put a Red-Eye in it, repaint it, make it float like a butterfly. You know, so it will be just flawless when it leaves. The customer wants it to be kind of a brandy wine, but we're going to mix the brandy wine with a little black and make it look really sinister. Do kind of a wide body, some either bigger or smaller tires we haven't figured out yet, but this will be definitely a project you'll want to follow along with. Next to that, this is one of the first big SEMA projects that Greg got to work on, if you get back in the frame. So he helped disassemble this last summer when he was on school break between his junior and senior year. This is the JTE that we built here at Unofficial Use Only for Quadratech. So it's a 4xe turned into a 2-door pickup truck. You've seen it everywhere. It's been on Motor Trend. I just picked it up from Car and Driver, so you'll see it on Car and Driver. It was at SEMA. It's been all over the internet, and it's a fun one. It's sitting here. Greg got to drive it today. And then last but not least, because, you know, it's not all just fancy cars here, this is our free Cherokee. So last year we picked up this free Cherokee. It had no floors. We redid the floors. We did a couple other things. Now it's kind of a daily driver for the shop. But it's a 2001 Cherokee. Everybody loves Cherokees. It's a 2001 straight six, automatic. We did a JCR roof rack. We're going to do a couple more things to it. Probably slap a rooftop tent on it so it can be a little fun camping toy. Maybe Greg will take it on a road trip this summer. We don't know. Then there's other stuff floating around. We've got more cars in the back, but these are kind of the dream list cars for a lot of people. So stay tuned, follow along, enjoy anything and everything we do at Unofficial Use Only, and welcome to Greg. Meet Greg. Sometimes we call him Tommy, sometimes we have other associated nicknames for him, but he's going to be doing a lot of the YouTube-y stuff. He's going to have a lot of fun with it, and hopefully we just get to keep having fun and building cool cars. Hopefully. Stay tuned. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, share, all that stuff so that we can keep doing this. Give us the motivation to keep doing these videos to motivate you. Thank you very much. Have a good one.